Welcome to the True North Racing Podcast, your go-to show for all things racing from coast to coast. We're here to chat with your favorite racers and bring you the latest from the world of short track racing. Hosted by John Morrison and Brandon Feeney. Get ready for fast cars, big personalities, and all the racing action you can handle. Ready? Green, green, green.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode, and it's a very special episode of the True North Racing Podcast, presented by Driving With Hailey. I'm your host, John Morrison. Joining me right now is your 2025 Sunset Speedway Modified Champion, Mr. Wally Wilson. Wally, how's it going, man?
Oh, pretty good, just hanging out.
Yeah, first of all, I know I just said this off air. The reason we're doing this is because I said I was shutting down the show, and I only had one episode to go. And of course, I promised that if you won the championship, we're going to bring you back in, and you do exactly that. First of all, congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
championship. I gotta say, man, the past couple years here, the strides you guys have made as a program have been amazing, and it paid off this year getting your first championship. How did that feel for you?
It was pretty cool. We went into the last race and we were just kind of like we kind of knew because I had enough of a gap. Like it would take a lot for me to screw it up, and I almost screwed it up like pretty big. And then yeah, we ended up bringing it home, and it was pretty cool. Like I still I guess hasn't really sunk in. Like it's sunk in a little bit, but like still like looking back, I'm like, did I really do that? But
You know what? And it's got to be something you're proud of, because being able to go out there and with us here in Canada, we got such a short season for the most part. Because how many races was it? Was it like 8 to 10 or so?
well, I did 23, I think, like
Well,
personally,
if
but
we take
norm
everything,
normal people, it was like I think Sunset was 8, Delaware was 5, and Oscar I think was 6 plus the 2 invitationals.
yeah. So obviously you were in 23 nights. Uh, the 5 race deal at Delaware. How did that go for you guys overall?
It started out really good. We finished second, and I was battling with like Jamie Cox and Marshall Schrank. It was pretty cool, and then kind of fell off a little bit. I don't know exactly why or what happened, but I know the last couple of nights I just couldn't get the car to turn, and then we found like my sway bar was pretty torn up, and we didn't know until I think the last Delaware race.
Oh,
But
jeez.
like I don't know, it was weird because it would turn everywhere else, but it wouldn't turn at Delaware. It didn't make any sense. And I
Huh.
think I finished fourth in the standings. Like I hit the wall the last night and couldn't finish because I
Now, if I
yeah
remember correctly, you wrecked, and then you actually had a race the next day, correct?
yep
So
that was yeah
tell us about that. You go from hitting the wall. I remember seeing a photo. I can't remember if it was from you or Jesse Howard of your car up on jack stands in the McCall parking lot.
yeah yeah. So I hit the wall. I think it was in the heat race, and everything seemed okay. Like it was all straight. Everything was fine. And then we went into the feature, and all of my camber shims popped out on the right front. So the wheels just bouncing back and forth. And I tried to hang on for a caution. The caution never came, so I made it. I think it was like lap 8, and I was just so far off the pace. Like I just pulled in, and I was like, can't really do much. And of course, it was velocity the next day at Sunset, like the last race at
Yep.
Sunset, and I was like. I was so just frustrated and fed up. Like I didn't even want to finish it, but I knew if I didn't, then I'd be kicking myself that I didn't go and make it. And then so I went over to Joe and Paul, and I asked them like, "Hey, can I bring my car to parking lot and work on it? Like I got to pick up a couple camber shims anyway." And they're like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So did that. We were up till think we were at McCall's till about 2:30, and
Jesus.
then drove drove the car all the way up to Owen Sound. So I had to grab my Sunset tires to take the car to Sunset. So I think got to Owen Sound at like 5:30-ish. Slept for an hour, maybe two, and then drove all the way to Sunset. And then did like a nut and bolt, kind of went over everything, made sure all was good. And then we went out and qualified pretty not great. I think I was sixth or something. And then, um, yeah, ended up winning at Sunset, so it made it all worth it. But that was a long weekend.
Absolutely. Obviously, a double header going back to back. Now, this is going to sound a little stupid on my part and probably a little bit of dickish. And I promise you, it's not going to be that at all. Why didn't you bring your Sunset tires with you to Delaware?
Uh, yeah, that would have
Or
been
is it just
smart.
because?
Well, originally the plan was like my dad was gonna take the car home, and we were like he was gonna swap the tires because just
Gotcha.
just that way we don't have like 15 tires sitting in the trailer. Just that way we have our, I guess, six tires or something, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more of just like a space thing, I guess you could say.
Okay, that's valid.
And yeah, and it made the night way more fun, a nice 3 hour drive after. It was just great.
And now it kind of always, when I think of like working in the parking lot, I know there's OPP near there. No one came and gave you like a secondary look at anything. Because I'm
No,
sorry, if
so
I saw a guy working on a race car
yeah.
outside of like McCall Racing, I probably would have pulled up and just asked a couple questions.
The nice part is it's kind of off on like like not a side road, but it's kind of a side road. So like you don't get people like driving by from the highway and all that stuff.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
people who like it's in like an industrial area kind of thing. So like
Yeah.
if you know it's there, you're gonna know there's race cars. But if you don't really know there's race cars, you're not gonna know. But obviously, like because there's a building and then like there's like two buildings, so it's like a T or not a T, like an
An
L.
L.
So I'm kind of like over in like the center, so no one can really see me like driving down the road, I guess.
Yep.
And like I don't think I started the car because I think I wanted to, but I thought better of it because I was like I don't really want the cops showing up and
Yeah.
being a whole thing. So yeah, so I think I was kind of safe from people seeing, but
Yeah. That makes sense. Uh, Obviously, we're gonna get back into your 2025 season here. At the beginning of the year, uh, obviously you announced that you were gonna be, in my opinion, gonna do a crazy thing of running three different series.
yep.
With Delaware operating their own modified division. Sunset was in their second year of the modifieds. Uh, and then of course the Oscar Racing Series as well. What kind of crazy person are you to intend on competing in every single modified race in Ontario this year?
Uh, yeah, it probably wasn't the smartest thing. Um, It was nice though, because like looking at like the schedules all kind of lined up. The only thing that sucked really for us was Delaware being like we had three Delawares on the Friday and then we'd be at Sunset on the Saturday. So we had three times where we had back to back and that sucked. That where it was like, why are we doing this? Like this is stupid. But like all in all, like everything kind of lined up, so we didn't really have any issues. Like the only issue I really had was the time I hit the wall and had to fix it. But I mean,
Yeah.
like other than that, like it went fairly smooth. Like I mean, if you look at it on paper, it looked really stupid, but I mean, it was fun.
I was gonna say the first thing you said there was I may have been stupid to do it, but let's be real. It's the best thing you probably could have done. It's the most fun you could have had throughout the summer as well.
Yeah, like I think every weekend we were at a different racetrack pretty well. Every like we got to hang out with people obviously at the track, got to go see people, like got to hang out with my dad pretty well every week. Like that's always pretty cool. And then yeah, when I wasn't racing myself, I'd be working on someone's race car. So it was a lot of weekends at the racetrack and a lot of Friday, Saturday, Sundays. You know how it is.
Yeah. I was gonna say I have you on social media, so like I see you post like one pic, you'll be like Oshwegan on a Friday night. If you had the Friday night off, you'd be at I see you a picture of an Oshwegan. Saturday I'd see you at Sunset. Sunday you'd be like at a NASCAR Canada race. I'm like, man, you're getting around right now. So obviously being a busy man, not only behind the wheel, but behind in crew mode as well. What kind of fun are you having and what kind of skill sets are you learning? Um, that maybe you didn't learn know before, but you've taken to an appreciation level.
Um, Honestly, like we're just all the guys that I've worked with, like from the Canada series all the way down to like super stocks, even some mini stocks, bone stocks. Like everybody's always been like really fun to hang out with, and like half the time you just doesn't feel like you're really like I guess technically like working. You're just there having fun doing race
Yep,
car stuff. Like it's always fun. And then as far as like skill sets and stuff, honestly, like I've learned so much from like the group that I've been around, like setup wise, like just different adjustments to make, different stuff to try. Oh, the car's not turning here, do this, or even like learning, I guess, kind of like because not every car drives the same, obviously, but like kind
yep,
of learning like where to kind of run and like what like say for Delaware, for instance, on like a restart, if you get to choose between the top or the bottom, like which one to go with, kind of thing, and like just stuff like that, kind of just pick it up like throughout like talking to people or just watching or like being around actually working on the car. Like you can learn a ridiculous amount of stuff.
absolutely you can. Um, yeah, you're right. It's definitely not work. It's always fun. It only feels like work when the night has gone from like bad to worse.
Yeah.
That's probably the only time it actually feels like work is when it goes from bad to worse. When it's good, it's good. It's not work. It's just fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, obviously it's going racing is fun. Being at the track every week is fun. Um, I kind of want to talk about Peterborough, July 26th. And the only reason I want to talk about that is because we have some in-car footage of you from that. I like that little chuckle there. Uh, obviously Brandon's car was hurting and he wasn't able to make the call, so I ended up coming over and like, "Hey, do you want to run some GoPros?" And you were all for it, which first of all, thank you.
No, anytime. I appreciate that you wanted to put them in my car.
And you know what? It's one of those things like we haven't been at the same track together, and I haven't had an extra GoPro if we
Yep.
were to
Yeah.
give to you to throw in the car. So luckily we were able to do that, and I think having the three camera angles in the feature were pretty good as well. And first of all, I do want to thank you for letting me run them because it was fun. And I love watching. I sit there and because I watch the entire footage,
Yeah.
right? I take it, I wait, I cut it all the way to the track, and then once I'm on there, I have to watch the entire race to make sure nothing happens. And what I've learned from watching guys like yourself, all the pro, Ty Cavlin, the pro late models, watching the bone stock guys, is I'm able to sit there and be able to not dissect because I'm not in the car, but I can actually like visually see kind of what you guys are seeing as well.
Yeah.
And it helps. To me, in cars help not only fans like myself who aren't in the car with you, and but it does really help you guys as well. If you're going like, oh, I was really tight in this section, meanwhile, you may have actually been a touch loose than what you thought.
Yeah.
Um, and so what for you anyways, what was it like having the cameras in the car?
I love it. I used to run a GoPro way back, and then I always would forget to put it on, or we'd forget to turn it on like before I went out. So it just kind of ended up we stopped running them, and then now with guys like yourself who offer to put them in, like I love it. I love getting to sit back and watch the racing. Like I will sit there on YouTube and just keep watching all sorts of different onboards. And like with my own car, I probably analyze it way too much. Like I'll sit there and be like, oh, I should have done this better. Oh, the car's doing this, it should be doing this. Like it's kind of a nonstop thing. Like I like even watching like just anybody's onboard, I'm pretty particular in like picking stuff up, and I probably shouldn't be, but I mean,
That's the only problem with having that kind of footage out there as well, is that you're able to look at it and go like, oh, I see what they did there, and you may have just picked up on their little tip.
yeah,
Um, no, honestly, it's great being able to watch like your guys' in car because again, for a guy like myself, it's a way for me to visualize what it's like being on that certain track.
yeah,
Which is always a good time. But to get back to the 2025 season here as well, you picked up I think it was what, two wins at Sunset this year? Three?
four,
Four? Holy crap.
four, yeah, I think
I was there for one, I
yes,
think.
yeah, you were there. I think the first or second. I can't remember
August
which one.
I was there August 2nd.
Oh, that would be like the third one then.
Because I finally was able to put you in a clip.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? I haven't been at a track when Wally wins. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do it. I need to make sure I need to film a little bit of it. And it just worked for a video I was
Yeah, it
working
was
on.
great.
So, uh, but anyways, like racing at sunset, and especially when that announcement came out, because that was the August 2nd. Yeah, August 2nd, when
Yeah,
they announced that sunset, that the Todishes were stepping away. Obviously, you guys were told during the drivers' meeting, from what I heard.
yeah.
Uh, how did obviously racing for a championship, being in the hunt, and then hearing that, what, how did that make you feel?
It made me pretty sad. Like honestly, like Sunset was the first oval I ever raced on, like back when I started out in the midgets in 2015. And like every time we went there, I was always really excited. Like I always loved that place. But like it was like kind of cool coming from go-karts to racing at like a NASCAR track, like the NASCAR sanctioning. So
Yeah,
like it was always like this is awesome. Like this is and it's such a beautiful track, such a beautiful facility. Like everybody there's great. And then yeah, to hear that it was like it might be the end of it was like it's like damn, that's one of the best tracks around. It's like it might not be a thing anymore. And like we've already seen that happen. Like Jucasa's hasn't opened, like
yep,
Kawartha closed. Like
yep.
those
Barry.
are a Barry. Yeah, I never did get to Barry, which sucks. But I mean, yeah, like just like it's always sad to see a track go, but I think it sucks more when it's one that you go to almost every Saturday night,
Yeah,
and like the Todishes have been nothing but great. Like honestly, like they're almost like they're not like family, like they are like family, but like we're obviously not. But like just
they're really
everybody,
good family friends.
yeah, like everybody at Sunset's just like endlessly been great. Like ever since like I won my first race, like I think every single staff member that was on the pit side said congrats. Like there wasn't a single person that didn't. Like it was, and like I've met a lot of friends there. Like it's just it was they're really like I know like Sauble's obviously like my home, but Sunset was always like home.
Yeah, and you know what? I completely agree with you. Like walking around Sunset, it it feels like a home away from home environment. Um, you definitely feel like one big family. And I would never use the word happy family because we're all dysfunctional. Uh, but we're definitely one big family. You feel like one big family when you go there
Yeah,
because doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what driver, doesn't matter an official, doesn't matter uh, a track staff member, doesn't matter if it's the Todishes, they make you feel welcomed
yeah,
when you walk through those gates. whether it be the grandstands or the pit sides, you feel welcome. You don't feel judged. You're there to race. And that's one of the things that some tracks lack, in my opinion. There's tracks all over that kind of lack that as well. Um, but obviously with that feeling of home, yeah, I can get I can get behind that where you're coming from on that one.
Yeah, like just every week that we went there, like it's just such a friendly environment. Like whether it's guys in different divisions, like just everybody always like. Obviously, there's times where people don't get along because it's racing, but
Yeah,
like you could walk down and go talk to a bone stock guy. You could go talk to a late model guy. Like everybody gave you their time of day. Like it was just like every track has that, but
yep.
like Sunset, I found it was like everybody had that.
Yeah, I can completely agree with that because even just walking there myself, whether I'm recording or not and walking through the pits, you got people yelling at you to come on over and talk to them, or you walk up to someone. Shoot, I was there with my kids August 2nd race the night you won. We end up in the pits afterwards, and we went down to I think we walked around by you.
Yeah.
'Cause you were parked down by Tyler Hahn, right?
Yeah, we're usually parked like way
Yeah,
down.
you're on the boonies and said you
Yeah.
have to get to the track from there. Um, but we walked down to Tyler Hahn and because the kids wanted to see all the cars and stuff like that. And Tyler let the kids sit in the car. Um, I think it was from Tyler's crew. They ended up getting cake,
Yep.
and I'm like, dude, my kids looked at me like, what? I'm like, yeah, yeah, sure. If you're being offered it, I'm not gonna say no. But again, that's what I wasn't even working that night. I wasn't doing nothing. We were just walking through the pits, and just the hospitality by everyone
Yeah.
is always unreal there. Um, but obviously, getting up to the final, the last dance, you were crowned the champion, uh, 2 weeks prior, 1 week prior.
I think 2 weeks before,
I think it
I
was,
think.
yeah, I think you're right. I think it was 2 weeks prior. Um, Going into the last dance, there was such a build up, and unfortunately, I didn't make it out there, sadly, and I wish I could have because Sunset's one of those places that I had good and bad luck with that place because my first ever time I was supposed to go there, uh, it was back when I was crewing for David Elliott, and he went up there to test because I think he was going to run the EPC race up there.
Okay.
No, wasn't APC. They were doing an invitational. I think it was 2012 or 2013, around there. And he went up there. I was riding along with Ed, and next thing you know, he gets a phone call, and he goes, "Yep, turn around. I backed into the wall here. We're done for the year."
Hmm.
I'm like, so I didn't been to Sunset yet,
Yeah.
and it took me till the NASCAR Canada race in 2015. I think because it was Father's Day weekend, and got out there, and that's the race that Alex Tagliani led 190 some laps because there was only a caution at lap 10 and lap 290,
Yeah. He just
and
dominated.
there was only three cars on the lead lap.
Yep.
Like, I- so that was good, but also bad because that was not a great race. But you again, you have to, at the time, bad race. Looking back on it, absolute dominance. Gotta appreciate that the whole team put together a great car for him. You can't fault him for that.
No, definitely not.
Um, so obviously, here and obviously not being able to make it to the last dance obviously sucks. For you though, what did that weekend feel like, and what did it mean for you to be able to go out there and race one final time, possibly one final time on the speedway?
Friday night after we fixed the car, I went and I said like I'm winning tomorrow. Like I don't care if I have to wreck someone for it. I'm winning. And obviously I didn't wreck anybody for it, but like that was the mindset that I was like it was win and that was it. Like I wasn't gonna settle for second. And practice the car was pretty okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. Like we had something to work with. Qualifying obviously didn't go well, and we were like pretty deep in the field. And then I went to town on adjustments, and if you ask me now if what I changed, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Uh, a lot. And then yeah, just kind of in the feature, it all kind of just came together, and we were able to get to the front and just drive away. Like uh, we had a couple yellows or a lot of yellows. And like TJ Edwards kept me honest. Like we were side by side battling it out for a good majority of it. Like he was right on my bumper like the whole time. So that was kind of cool. And it just kind of all fell together, got the win, and it was cool to send off like if that is the last time, it was cool to be not only the last like champion, but like to win possibly the last race. Like that's something that you can hold on to, I guess. But
Yeah,
hopefully it's not the last one. But
I'm hoping so because like to me that's definitely gonna hurt the Central Ontario or Central GTA area um for racing because now as it sits because we're no one knows what's going on with Sunset,
yeah,
but all we got is Peterborough, which is hour and a half due east of me. We got Flamborough and Hamilton, Full Throttle in Varney, Sauble in Delaware for asphalt tracks.
yeah,
Nothing's that close, which is unfortunate. Like I even from here, I can make it to Sunset in about an hour.
yeah,
It takes me about the same time to get to Sunset as it does to get to Flamborough from here.
yeah,
So, and the area that they pulled from was spectacular. And it sucks that like there's a lot of guys who are now possibly going to have to drive 2 to 3 hours just to go race somewhere.
yeah.
And that's not fun either.
No, never fun. I mean,
I mean,
if you're one of those guys and you know like you're going to be traveling like a traveling series and
yeah,
like you kind of expect it, but if you're one
yeah,
of those guys that's like you specifically are like a home track guy, like it's you don't you might plan to do it maybe once or twice a year, but if you're kind of don't really get a choice now and you have to do it every week, like it's I hope that people do it if they can't race at Sunset. I hope they go to like Sauble or Peterborough or Flamborough, but and Varney. Can't forget Varney.
nope,
Um, yeah, like I hope guys will do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the guys also kind of they might not run every week, like just
yeah,
kind of here and there.
once or twice a month kind of deal. And
Yeah,
yeah, and maybe just do their own outlaw schedule where they run, let's say 1 month at Flamborough, so they do 2 to 3 weeks at Flamborough,
yeah,
2 to 3 weeks at Peterborough, 2 to 3, that, and of course, Sauble we can't. They don't have a mini stock class, so like the mini stock guys only have 3 tracks to choose from.
yeah,
Um, Modify guys, even if you're just running the home track, now you got to kind of run with the series
yeah.
or
And even
travel to
then,
Delaware.
really, like all the Sunset guys, a lot of them are up by Peterborough, so they're not gonna like they
That's
might
not too
drive to
bad then.
Delaware, but if they have to drive to Delaware, like that's gonna suck. Like,
Yeah. 'Cause I remember my Friday nights going down to Delaware, and I was only coming from Guelph.
yeah.
Those were not fun nights because we didn't get back to my house till about 2 a.m.
I used to do it from Owen Sound all the time. I'd be driving from Owen
Yeah,
Sound in 3 hours, and
because
you get there,
you
and
and
then
Andrew Dressel.
I would always stop and get Taco Bell to make it worth it on the way home.
You know what? If Taco Bell makes you happy, Taco Bell makes you happy. Because listen, because I have to stop. I used to stop at the TA in Woodstock.
Yeah,
Now, obviously, that's closed. So what I do is I'll stop at the Flying J just outside of London, and I will go grab. This is my staying awake meal, as I call it. I will go get a liter of Dr. Pepper, and I'll get a bag of sour cherry blasters.
That's a good choice.
I'm surprised I don't have diabetes because how old was I? 2009. Was it 2009? 2009 is when David got started running Pennzoil. 2010 is when we started running full time at Delaware. So every Friday night that we ran Delaware, we'd stop off at the TA to fill up the truck on the way back, and I would go in, grab a liter of Dr. Pepper and a bag of sour cherry blasters because I refused to sleep in the car.
Oh, really?
I was involved in an accident when I was between the ages of 8 and 10 years old,
Okay.
and we were actually by London when this happened. We were coming back from Ohio, and I don't know what happened. My mom said that someone cut her off and she veered off the road, and we went spinning in the ditch
Okay.
in a 2002 Pontiac Grand Am. We spun from the eastbound lane or from the westbound, yeah, heading east, and then our ass end of the car got stuck on the westbound side.
Oh,
And I remember, and I woke up mid spin. So I was asleep. I used to sleep in the car all the time.
yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, like I kind of refused to sleep. Now I would sleep because we leave Ohio at like 2 a.m. on Monday morning.
Yeah.
It would put us back into Toronto at like 6:30 in the morning. And so like after that, like I would stay awake as long as I could, pass out, just out probably like by Windsor area, just after we crossed the border.
Yeah.
That would wake up at like Mississauga Road in Mississauga. But I hate sleeping in cars ever since that. So when I was in high school and we were driving back, and I'd always just go get a Dr. Pepper and some sour cherry blasters, and I don't think I ever fell asleep again in the car. I know we're supposed to talk about you, and I ended up throwing a freaking story in there. Uh, but yeah, that's I don't blame you though for stopping off and grabbing some Taco Bell because you and
Always.
Andrew Gressel to go to Delaware from because obviously he's up in Sauble.
Yeah.
I remember as soon as I heard he was up from Sauble and he was driving down there, I'm like, that it was what I think he said it was 3 hours or something. I
Yeah.
think it's a 3 hour trip,
Yep.
6 hours, and then go run Saturday night at Sauble as well. I'm like, man, that's dedication right there.
Yep. It's
I
it
applaud you guys for that.
and it's such a long, boring drive too. Like especially at night, like it's just a bunch of like little towns or like depending on which way you take. Like
Yeah.
sometimes there's just farmers' fields and that's it. And it's so long.
Now, how do you? I'm curious because like I ended up having to go up to Mountain Forest a few weeks ago there,
Yeah.
and I took a bunch of back roads, but I had to travel down the 401 a bit um before it kicked me off the road, and I kind of drove a lot of back roads up from there. Now, do you just go up like pretty much up the shoreline there to
So you can take that way, but I usually go like Highway 23 most of it till about Tiviot Dale, and then I get off at just before Varney, and I just take six the rest of the way.
Oh, okay.
Or like sometimes like I can go through and go like the Hanover way. Like it's kind of there's like three or four different ways you can take, and they're all pretty back road boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the way it took me the one day put me right into Stratford.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've gone that way a couple
Oh, I went,
times.
sorry, Tavistock, because I was, yeah, Tavistock, because there's Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me up 107 and I just drove all the way up and then jumped on 121. Yeah, like exactly. And yeah, well, you're right. I got up into Tibia Dale and then went up and around. And yeah, I had to
Yeah.
go look at a map to make sure.
It's not a fun drive.
No, that is very boring. I did that in the daytime, and I'm like, this is absolutely boring. So I can only imagine what it's like at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. You just kind of drive and eventually you see Owen Sound.
You're like, I'm home.
Yep.
Uh, so obviously we're in the off season now, man. It's the most boringest time of year,
Yep.
but it's also the busiest time of year because not only are we sitting around the houses waiting for racing season, we're working on cars getting ready for racing season. Now, you are no stranger to puns and jokes being made at your expense because of the amount of race cars you have.
Yep.
Uh, what what are the plans for 2026?
Right now, the only thing we kind of have said that we're gonna like 100% do is gonna be probably just Oscar. Like we might dabble in the odd Delaware race, but like the problem was it was hard for my dad to get it to work to make it down to Delaware. So
Yep,
and it like we'll see kind of see how the schedules line up. Like it maybe we'll do both again. It's kind of hard to say. Um, and we've kind of talked about bringing the Pro Late back out a couple of times, like just do a couple Sawbull, maybe a Delaware, maybe a Flambro, kind of just here and there. Like kind of depends on the mod schedule, see how busy that is.
yeah,
Kind of go from there, but that's kind of what our talks have been is we're gonna try and do that.
that's
So
all right. I mean, I would
yeah.
great. It'd be great to see you back in a pro late. Um, because is it still Gary's car that you still have?
No, we
Old
have
car?
Rick Spencer Walt's old car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we sold Gary's car
Yes,
to I can't remember his name, but he's
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 running
out
it on
east.
dirt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember you posting a video of that. You're like, man, it's weird seeing that thing on dirt.
Yep.
That's what it was. Yeah, I remember that now. Uh, yeah. Honestly, it's I'm looking forward to next year. I think there's a lot of good that's gonna happen next year for
I
some
agree.
reason. That I'll say it like this year it felt really weird for the most part, and
Yeah.
now we're just like I felt like all the weirdness is done,
Yep.
and we're gonna have a really good year next year. And obviously, it kicks off in Motorama, in 2026. Now, actually, I did say what are your plans for next year? Actually, what are your plans for the off season though? Are you up to anything fun?
Uh, whole lot of iRacing as
Yep.
one does, and um, going to a lot of Toronto Rock games, some London Knights games, just kind of like filling the time here and there and
Yeah.
work on some race cars, watch some racing, like just nothing too crazy, kind of keep it kind of casual, but
Yeah.
well, mostly just go around and enjoy some sports and enjoy some, I guess, concerts too, but nothing nothing too crazy.
No, nothing crazy. Um, are you going to the Rock Home opener on the
Yes.
13th here? Oh
Yep.
man, I'll see you there then.
See you there.
It's nice that we actually, it's kind of crazy that I didn't know you like lacrosse, and then I think I posted a photo, and I think you commented back or something like that.
Yeah, I said,
I
why
didn't,
why didn't I get a photo? I was there.
I was like, I didn't realize that you like lacrosse as well because it's one of those things like we know what people like and we know what our friends like, and then when we find out like someone else we know likes the same kind of stuff that
Yeah.
we like, it's like, oh, friend. Uh, I'm gonna throw this out. We're not even talk racing for a second. What do you what do you expect of the 2025-2026 Toronto Rock year?
After watching the first game there, that like I think we have a good solid team finally again. I just like it sucks they lost, but I mean like it was a
It was a
really
low scoring game though.
really tough game. Like they were back and forth the whole time.
Yeah.
I think we got a good team. We got young guys finally that are going to be pretty good, and you got some of those veterans that have been around for a while. As long as they stay healthy, like I think they'll be good. I want to see Halchuk in net more than
Yes.
like Rose is great, obviously one of the best, but
But I
like
think he's getting up there.
yeah, and like he's still like fantastic, but you could tell that he's slowing down. Like he's still insanely good. He's just some games
His age is
he's
showing him kind of
yeah.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And unfortunately that's the way of the sport as well, right? Like
Yep.
what is it? He's what, 10th year in the league, I think it is, it's all.
I think so. Something like that. He's been around for
And I
ever.
know Bob Watson went like 14
Yeah.
or something like that. So uh I'm looking forward to a great year. I think it's gonna be tight. I think every game for the most part is gonna be tight.
Yep. I agree.
I don't think I'm curious to see how they do against Buffalo because Buffalo is obviously the standard
Yep.
for the better part of it.
As long as Buffalo doesn't win the championship again. That's all I want.
But I will say this, I'm really happy though that we have now three teams in Ontario.
Yep.
I wish we had I hate to say it. I don't I'm glad we have another team in Ontario because it helped with the GTA West.
Yep.
I don't like having another team in Ontario.
That's like an
I,
hour apart.
yes,
Yeah.
because the rivalry, because they said it themselves. I saw a post from the Oshawa Firewolves saying that like a new rivalry is born. I'm like, I dislike that.
Yeah.
The rivalry is Toronto and Buffalo.
Yep. Toronto and Buffalo and
I get it. It's going to be the battle of the 401. I understand that. But no, I would have liked to see another community get the team.
yeah.
And I
Uh,
know it's sorry, go ahead.
it was kind of cool seeing like the first game, like they were like sold out like
Which is
pretty
great.
early, and like it was packed. Like it was like I was hoping to get tickets and go, and I couldn't because they sold out. And I was like, hmm. And it was like it was good to see because obviously like lacrosse isn't obviously like as big as hockey yet, but like it's you could see it's kind of slowly growing that way.
Yeah.
So like it's good to see a team actually like sell out. Hopefully they can keep doing that, but
I think they will because I hate to say this, a lot of those rock fans who were from the Oshawa area are
yeah,
no longer rock fans.
yep,
They will be they were sorry, not Albany because that's the former. They will be the Oshawa Firewolves team. Like that is going to be their team
yeah,
they cheer for now. It sucks that Toronto has lost a lot of their fan base because of that,
yeah,
but I'm glad to see them sell out their first game. I love seeing. I was only able to get able to watch the highlights because obviously being on vacation,
yeah,
I wasn't able because it would have been 8:30 my time. So
yeah. I think it was like 7:30 here.
yeah, I wasn't able to watch the game, but I watched the highlights the next morning, and it was great to see all the highlights first of all. Um, but yeah, I think I'm glad to see. Like I said, I'm glad to see Oshawa have a team. The one thing that really pissed me off, I'm going to be honest with you, man, is that they didn't tell any. It wasn't until like after the games happened that I found out that a lot of the preseason training happened right here in Brampton,
Yeah, it was Brampton, Oakville, and
ILA Sports.
yeah, over by Six Nations
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I didn't know there was a couple games that were happening in Brampton.
Yeah, they didn't really advertise them, which
No, but
like it,
but I found out about the preseason games in Oakville,
yeah.
and of course, the day that I left was the final preseason game, and it was
Yep.
played in Brampton. But like, I know we're a racing podcast, but NLL do a better job at promoting your goddamn preseasons.
Exactly.
I'm 15 minutes away from Brampton Memorial Arena. I would have gladly gone to a game,
Yep.
but I'm instead I now got to travel almost an hour to go to watch the home opener for the Rock.
Yep.
Like that's all it needs to be. Like when I saw that, all right, and again, I watched all their stories, and but I thought they were just training.
Yeah.
Didn't know there was going to be games happening.
Yeah, because they wear like a different jersey, like they just it's just one color. It's not like the
It's just their
design
practice
one.
jerseys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like I still would have gone to go watch.
Yep.
Was like just to have an idea.
Yep.
right?
and then kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been good. And I've been wanting to go to actually watch a lacrosse game at the Brampton Memorial Arena, anyways, because obviously the what are they Brampton Excelsiors
Yep.
play out of
Hmm.
there. I
Yep.
did again. I'm I'm new to lacrosse in as a whole.
Yeah.
I knew about lacrosse as a kid, loved it, but being like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, not really much access to the internet, but like still enough.
Yeah.
You kind of know who people are, but you don't realize the entire scope.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know a lot of these teams. Like I didn't know that. Now that I'm actually getting into it more, I'm starting to realize it.
Yeah. Like there's teams everywhere.
Yeah. And it's just like, what do you mean I could have been going to watch a game for was it I think Brampton's like $10 a game?
Yeah. And like
Like,
even like all the like not I don't want to say lower because like it's still a lot of the same players play for
yeah,
these teams and stuff, but like they're you pay like $10 and you get pretty
you're
well the same kind of entertainment value you get at like a
yeah,
Toronto Rock game. Like
like you're
it's
getting
crazy.
better, like you're not getting better, but you're getting the same because a lot of these teams are just NLL players anyways.
Yep. Like
So
I
like,
went to Collingwood this
yep,
summer to go watch Owen Sound and Peterborough play
yep,
because I wanted to go watch Rose play and like a few other guys that play. And like you don't really kind of notice like how many of the guys from the NLL are actually in
yeah.
like in around the area, and you're just like, oh wow, okay. Like
Well, it's
even like you could follow it for years, and even then, like you sometimes you just don't know.
it's like when they announce the like where they're from and stuff like that. And I'm hearing like Orangeville. I'm like, I grew up 15 minutes from that place.
Yep.
Like hearing Orangeville, Norwell, and like all this other place. I'm like near me. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yep.
Just shoot. If I knew that, I would have wanted to play.
Yep.
So, but no, hopefully I'll be able to run into you at the new, brand new, well, not brand new, but re-updated TD Coliseum in Hamilton.
Oh, I'm sure you'll see me there lots.
I I told the wife that we should go more, but obviously work schedules and timing just are going to be our enemy kind of deal.
Yeah.
Um, I liked it when they were in Mississauga. It was like 30 minutes from my house.
See, I liked it, but it was a little farther for me.
Yes.
So I was like, I don't know.
See, that was my reaction when they moved to Hamilton.
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, sweet." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a little far."
Yep.
Because when they played out of Scotia, I could have grabbed a train ride on the
Yeah, and you
Bramley
could have
line.
been right there.
Yeah. Now I gotta drive.
Yep.
I'm not saying I hate driving, but like
If you don't have to, you don't want to.
exactly. That's exactly it. If I can minimize the driving, I'll do that. But I love driving in general, so it's not a big deal. But
Yeah.
then it saves on gas and uh
And parking and
parking
all
and
that. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's enough lacrosse. Let's get back to racing. We'll have more time to talk about that later on. Uh, but honestly, man, it's I'm really proud of you over these last few years. Been a huge fan of you. Your social media presence even has been really good. Obviously, leading into the past couple years here, like a light switch flipped on your program, and it's been absolutely amazing to watch you be up front competing. And instead of being the butt of the jokes, you're now making the jokes because you're out there winning. And it's been a blast watching you to be able to do this kind of stuff and be out there contending for championships, be out there competing for contending for wins night after night. Obviously, you put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the energy, and it's been absolutely great to be able to sit there and watch you, uh, you know, do all that. Because again, been a huge fan of you for a while now. Been hoping to watch you win, and thankfully, I got to actually see it in person this year, which was amazing. So I do want to say I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy for you, and congratulations on the 2025 championship this year.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Um, we're gonna wrap up here. But before we do, of course, you got some marketing partners you got to thank because without their support, you're not sitting here talking to me.
Yep.
So feel free to take your time. And any special thanks, anyone else you want to thank, not just marketing partners, but your friends, family, whoever. The time is yours.
I want to thank the Fireplace and Patio Shop, haveone.com, Napoleon, Epic Racewear, the Drunken Duck, Driven Racing Oil. I think that's it for sponsors. And then gotta thank obviously Whitey and everyone at White Motorsports. Like they definitely helped build our program like a lot more. Like Whitey's taught me an insane amount of stuff, and like even at the same time I guess I should probably thank Mike and all the guys at McCall as well, because they also taught me a lot, and especially letting me work on my car in the parking lot. That was pretty cool. um and then yeah, just like all the fans, everybody that supports me. Like it's been a long ride. It's been wild. We've had a lot of ups, we've had a lot of downs, mostly downs because I was usually at the back, but still. Yeah, just anybody. I'm sure I probably forgot a couple people, but oh well.
That's okay. It happens. Um, but honestly, man, thank you so much for everything you do for motorsports. Um, Enjoy your off season. Good luck next year. And hopefully we'll see you at a racetrack soon.
I'm sure you will. Thanks for having me, and I mean, hopefully next year I win another championship and you're forced to do another one.
I'm not gonna make that same bet twice, that's for sure. You know what? If you do win the Oscar one, I will gladly bring out a special episode. And if I just so happen to be at the track, I'll set up the cameras, I'll
We'll do
have
it
the mics.
at the track.
We'll do it at the track. All
I
right.
like this plan. I like this plan.
So go out there, do your best, and if God willing, we'll be doing a live, not a live one, but we'll do a live recording at a racetrack after the races are done,
Sounds
and then
good
we
to
can
me.
have a couple beers or something like that.
Sounds
All right,
good.
man. All right, man. Well, that's been another episode of the True North Racing Podcast presented by Driving with Hailey. Make sure you guys go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Make sure you follow Joe Media on all social media platforms, as well as check out joemedia.ca. If you're a driver who's looking for promotions for a 2026 season, it's never too early to start. That is for sure. Contact us today to see how we can give you a helping hand in your marketing promotions for 2026. But anyways, we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you guys next time on the True North Racing Podcast presented by Driving with Hailey. See you guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the True North Racing Podcast. Be sure to follow us on social media for more racing content and updates. You can find Jomo Media and Promotions on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and at jomomedia.ca. Until next time, keep your engines running and your belts tight.